So I found this book. Don't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's literally just called Cryptids. It's right here. Right here if you want to go read it.
Sorry.
I love how my hands automatically went to my chest. I was like, was that me? No, that wasn't me. That was you.
I keep getting the hiccups for the last few days. I can't stand a hiccup. I can't do a crumb. I can't do a hiccup.
A crumb?
A crumb on my foot.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Touching paper after my hands have been wet.
Oh my god, this texture of paper.
Oh.
This. Whoa. This. Feel that.
Like, is it squeaky?
Ew, ew, I need to cut my fingers off now. Anyway.
I could keep compiling a list of things that grind my gears.
That give me the ick. Cryptids. I've had this video ready to go since January, and then we all got the plague, and then we went on an investigation, and then I don't even know what's happened after that.
Just too many things been going on. As soon as it gets warm out, it seems
Chaos.
like everyone is just busy.
Chaos
busy.
ensued everywhere.
Yeah.
We're doing it now. It's May, so
May the 4th be with you. I've never even seen Star Wars.
me either, so.
Carrying on.
The first cryptid. Also, let me know if you guys believe in cryptids, because I sure as hell do. I used to go Bigfoot hunting. The first one is called Champ. You ever heard of it? I hadn't until I read it, but it's known as America's Loch Ness Monster. And I know someone here, their favorite cryptid is the Loch Ness Monster.
Did I get a shout out on YouTube? Alright, Champ, let's see what you got.
And Champ, what?
Okay, I was making sure it wasn't Chomp.
Chomp?
Who knows?
Chomp chomp. Champ is located in Burlington, Vermont and Port Henry, New York, and was first sighted in 1819. So it's like over 200 years ago. So back in 1819, they were seeing some shit. And he is 15 to 50 feet long. That is a big range.
I thought you were gonna say tall for a second, and I was like,
I would be horrified. This creature is said to reside in Lake Champlain, which borders Vermont and Port Henry. The lake covers 435 square miles, is 400 feet deep, has 587 miles of shoreline, and borders Quebec, Canada. This is one of the largest lakes in the country too. Just throwing that out there. I'm so sorry if I do not say these names right. The Iroquois and the Abenaki, no clue. They have their own legends about a large creature inhabiting the lake which looked like a large horned serpent or a giant snake. I would rather see a serpent than a snake. The second I see a snake, I am out.
a serpent is a snake.
You know what I mean though. I would rather see a massive freaking snake come out of the water, serpent, whatever, serpentine belt, I don't even know, than seeing a snake on the ground next to me. Cause I ain't getting in the water. What's it gonna do, come after me?
I'm gonna tell Mike you're scared of the serpentine belt.
He's gonna be like, just leave.
Get out.
Leave this house. The Abenaki term for the creature is Gitaskog. I'm rolling with it. In the 18th century, the Abenaki warned French explorers about disturbing the waters of the lake, so they didn't disturb the serpent. The lake is named after Samuel de Champlain and is often credited for being the first European to sight Champ, but his accounts say that he saw something near the St. Lawrence River, and historians say that Champ is probably just a very unusually large garfish. I ain't never heard of
weird
it.
looking.
Yeah. We have gar here. And they're nasty. They're icky. A scout captain named Crumb saw this monster in Bulwaga Bay, which is on the New York side. It appeared in the Plattsburgh Republican newspaper on Saturday, July 24th, 1819. He described it as about 187 feet long, its head flat with 3 teeth, 2 in the under and 1 in the upper jaw, the color black, with a star in the forehead and a belt of red around the neck, the eyes large and the color of peeled onions.
You couldn't just say white. The color of peeled onions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
Well, this was in 1819. Maybe
it's your story, friend.
White wasn't discovered yet.
Oh, I want my wedding dress to be peeled onion, please.
What color did you paint your house? Peeled onion. Railroad workers reported seeing a massive fish-tailed serpent swimming towards them. It was reported in the New York Times in 1873. The crew reported that they had seen the head of an enormous serpent in Lake Champlain with bright silvery scales that glistened in the sun. That's a better description than peeled onions. Also in 1873, Nathan H. Mooney, a Clinton County sheriff, reported seeing an enormous snake or water serpent, and he thought to be 25 to 35 feet long. In August of 1873, steamship W.B. Eddy encountered Champ by running into it, nearly making the ship turn over. Still in 1873, P.T. Barnum, he's the circus dude, offered $50,000 for the hide of the Great Champlain Serpent to add to my Mammoth World's Fair show. And the fact that this is in 1873 and he's offering $50,000.
That's a pretty penny.
Boy, what you doing?
It's a pretty penny now.
For real. University students in Vermont saw the monster slicing through the water with 15 feet of its head and neck visible. By 1992, there was a total of 180 sightings.
Hang on, I gotta look up these fish.
Yes.
I wanna know how big they get.
The gar?
For like 200 years, some people have been seeing it.
Yeah.
That would have to be multiple fish.
Unless it's freaking like the snapping turtle in the lake here. Prehistoric.
How do you spell gar? Is it just G-A-R?
G-A-R.
The biggest documented alligator gar, a type of garfish, weighed 327 pounds and was 8 feet long.
So the biggest one they've ever found was only 8 feet long, and they're saying these are up to 50 feet long. The math ain't mathin'. Over the last few centuries, the creature's description has changed into looking more like an ocean dinosaur. Just imagining a freaking T-Rex on the ocean floor.
I also just looked up the biggest snakes in America, and they're 9 feet. So, I'm just telling you.
How big do anacondas get? I need to know this information to give myself nightmares. I also had another kangaroo nightmare a couple nights ago.
Oh my god.
And it kicked me in the chest and I woke up with a start and I was like, oh.
The biggest anaconda ever found was, I don't know meters, I'm American, 20.8 feet long, 440, the biggest one was 440 pounds.
That's disgusting. Cryptozoologists have said that Lake Champlain, along with parts of Vermont, New York, and Canada, were submerged under the Champlain Sea, which extended to the Atlantic Ocean during the last ice age. So this whole thing was water.
Well, unless they've got some prehistoric thing living in there for 200, well, it would be more than 200 years because of the ice age.
Yeah, it'd be like thousands.
I'm not hearing any good points of it's not being a cryptid. That's all I'm saying.
Ancient whale skeletons have been found from that period, including Charlotte the whale, a beluga skeleton discovered in 1849. On July 5th, 1977, a tourist named Sandra Mancy was picnicking on the shores of the Vermont side of Champlain near St. Allen's with her family. She saw a large brown head and neck come out of the water. She grabbed her camera and took a photo. From this point on, Champ was called America's Loch Ness Monster. And Champ is now protected on both sides of the lake. You cannot hunt him.
Very good.
In Burlington, Vermont, they have created a gravestone monument to the creature. A city that has a minor league baseball team is named after him. They are called the Vermont Lake Monsters. Love that. Port Henry, New York has Champ on their welcome sign and has a Champ Day every year with a parade. Why can't I be worshipped like that and have a parade?
Oh, that dang turtle.
Looks like a turtle with wings. Champ
Okay.
is real. You can't change my mind.
All right. Next one is called the Snarly Yow. I'm intrigued already.
Yep.
First sighted in the 18th century, located in Boonesboro, Maryland. Also known as the Black Dog. Its name is derived from the Germanic words that describe a whale that emanates from a toothy mouth. I don't know what on God's green earth that means, but I'm just gonna keep going. It likes to guard the main road that cuts through South Mountain, part of the Blue Ridge Mountains in western Maryland. Witnesses describe the Snarly Yow as a giant black canine with a vivid red mouthful of sharp teeth. Sounds like a hellhound. That's what I was trying to do. In 1975, a 30-year-old man named William was taking a walk when he saw a black dog. It was bigger than any dog he had ever seen before. It stepped into the road and he tried to scare it away by throwing rocks and sticks at it. But they were passing right through the dog. That's from the book Haunted Houses of Harper's Ferry by Stephen D. Brown. In 1976, a local couple hit a large blue-black dog with their car. When they got out to look, there was nothing on their car or anything to show that they had hit something. Also, trying to get a dog to get away from you and throwing things at it seems like a great idea. That was the last one, but...
Yeah, that's what we used to do
I'm just
with
saying.
Cody when he was little. We'd throw things at him to make him leave.
That was from the Washington Post. People believe this creature can vanish and change the color of its fur coat. Sometimes it can be seen crossing the road to go to the stream or standing in the middle of the road. The Snarly Yow has never attacked anybody. The only injury associated around it is when a man who tried to chase it down on a horse and broke his collarbone. That's not English.
No, it's not. He broke his collarbone, okay?
No. A man chased it on his horse and then
He broke his collarbone.
which is disgusting.
Why are you... I don't know. The Kentucky Derby was last night. My dad was real excited for it.
Some believe it is a hellhound. Oh. Others think it is a cryptid, and others think it's a ghost.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of scary. Why does it look like he has a mullet? I'm not wrong.
He's hardcore.
And now we have a snallygaster.
Don't ask.
Don't
I don't
ask.
know either.
You want to know what it is? It's a dead, drunk demon dragon.
That sounds right up my alley, actually. I'm interested.
First officially sighted in 1909. Located in western Maryland. Looks like a chicken crossed with a dragon choking on an octopus.
Rock on. Run that by me again.
A chicken crossed with a dragon choking on an octopus. I want to know how somebody came up with that description. How do you know what choking on an octopus looks
Is it
like?
the color of peeled onions?
It has wings, claws, a sharp beak full of tentacles, 1 or 3 eyes, don't know, and a long tail. This creature is brought from German immigrants who called it the Schnellergeist. Don't know if I said that right, but it's called a fast ghost. They would hang stars called hex signs on their barns for protection from it, which you can still see today on some barns. Its screech sounds like a train whistle, and you can hear it echoing in the mountains. This creature does attack, and it will kill you by draining your blood or eating you with its tentacle beak. That don't sound fun. It was first sighted around the time the Jersey Devil was becoming popular, which makes some people think they are the same thing. Reports claim to see a winged figure flying around South Mountain. A hunter tried to shoot it, but the bullet bounced off it and he pissed it off. He survived by hiding in a stable, and the snallygaster is said to have laid eggs and reproduced. Near Burkittsville and Gaplin. In 1932, the Middletown Valley Register reported that the snallygaster had died by drowning in a 2,500-gallon vat of moonshine.
Alright.
It scared the moonshiners away because they didn't want the police to show up, but they did. Prohibition officers George T. Danforth and Charles E. Cushwa were there. Danforth said, "Imagine our feeling when our eyes feasted on the monster submerged in the liquor vat. They laced the area with 560 pounds of dynamite and blew everything up, the snallygaster coming to an end." Girl, what?
The Pukwudgie. The next one is the Pukwudgie. There is a version of the Bermuda Triangle in Massachusetts. It's in the southern part of the state, west of Cape Cod, and it's called the Bridgewater Triangle. Lauren Coleman, a cryptozoologist, named that area in the 1970s. I skipped the 19 part. The 3 points are the towns of Abington, Rehoboth, and Freetown. Don't know about the pronunciation. The triangle holds Hockomock Swamp, which is one of the largest swamps in New England. This triangle is said to be a place of strange energy and ghosts. Ghosts are said to haunt the roads and the marshes. UFOs have been seen, and there are cryptids living in the area. Pukwudgies are said to live in the area. They are only a few feet tall. They have human facial features and thick bristles coming out of their backs and heads. Some describe them as porcupines standing on their back legs. Their skin is described as being a smooth gray and has been known to glow. They wear simple clothes and carry small bows with poison-tipped arrows. They can turn invisible or shapeshift, control fire, and cloud people's minds. Okay, Pukwudgie, I'm gonna need you to back up for a second. They come from the Wampanoag folklore. In Native American languages, Pukwudgie translate to person of the forest, little wild man of the forest, and little people who disappear. They control Tepehuancas, sorry about the pronunciations, which are believed to be the souls of Native Americans they have killed. Native Americans believe you are not to mess with them. I can see why.
Yeah.
Today, the creatures are known as gremlins and responsible for mischief and bad luck. They like to give their victims brain fog and then lure them to their death over a cliff. They used to be friendly to humans, but then turned against them. Assonet Ledge in Freetown is said to be a favorite murder spot for the Pukwudgies, but most of the time, the deaths are classified as suicide or an accident.
The last one is called the Gloucester Ghoul. I hope I'm saying that right. First sighted in 1839, so we're going way back. Described as a dragon-like cryptid. Isn't that fun? That's so fun. Dragon tales, come on now. The smallest state in America is Rhode Island, but that does not mean it does not have a cryptid. Albert Hicks, a pirate, was born in Foster, Rhode Island in 1820. As a child, he loved listening to stories about pirates. There were rumors of treasure buried around the farmlands near his hometown, so he would daydream about finding them. As an adult, he actually became a pirate. He committed many thefts and murders out at sea.
Hey, that's commitment to your dream.
In the end, he was hanged on July 13th, 1860. He was one of the last people ever hanged for piracy in America. What a legend.
What a crazy thing to say. That's such an odd sentence to me.
In the Boston Globe, 36 years after his death, they reported that he did go looking for treasure around his hometown. He was specifically looking for the treasures of Captain Kidd, an infamous pirate. One night, him and 3 of his accessories snuck to the Page Farm in Gloucester, lanterns and shovels in hand, to find the doubloons. Remember when TikTok was filled with doubloons?
Get your doubloons. No, I don't remember when TikTok was full of doubloons.
Oh
I don't know
no.
what side you were on.
I was on the doubloon side, dang it.
Dagnabbit.
Instead of finding treasure, you know what they found? They found a cryptid.
No, even better.
Oh, for sure. The newspaper says it was a large animal with staring eyes as big as pewter bowls. The eyes looked like balls of fire. When it breathed as it went by, flames came out of its mouth and nostrils, scorching the brush in its path. It was as big as a cow, with dark wings on each side, like a bat's. It had spiral horns like a ram's, as big around as a stovepipe. Its feet were formed like a duck's, and measured 1.5 feet across. The body was covered with scales as big as clam shells, which made a rattling noise as the beast moved along. The scales flopped up and down. The thing had lights on its sides, like those shining through a tin lantern. The men fled. They saw that and they were like, oh, hell no.
Yep.
They did not find any treasure. Fast forward 57 years and the creature resurfaced. In January 1896, Neil Hopkins, a Gloucester resident, was traveling home when he was chased by a creature that resembled Hicks's story. Hopkins described it to the Boston Globe. It seemed to be all on fire. It had a hot breath. There was a metallic sound, like the clanking of steel against steel. He said it was the size of an elephant, and it did not have a tail. So it went from being the size of a cow to the size of an elephant within 57 years. He was chased by it for a short time, then it disappeared into the forest. And some believe the creature still haunts the forest near the Providence Turnpike.
I don't know, just him. It's like it had a hot breath.
I got you.
What in the hell? It has a hot breath. A singular hot breath. Just the one.
So if you liked this video, it's been forever since we've done a cryptid video. Because the last one we did was like the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, some weird skunk foot thing that we found in Florida. So these were a lot more creative. So let us know if you liked it. If you did like it, I can go get that book again and do more. Because there's a lot more. So like and comment and subscribbles. The three things. I didn't like that. I do this. And we will see you next time for another spooky video.
I know this is the millennial way of doing it. I'm not even a millennial, okay?
What
I'm
even
elder
are we?
Gen Z. That's what we are.
Okay, bye.